Opening scene. The story begins in the year 2157. Commander Jack stood on the bridge of Earth's last orbital defense station. Through the massive windows, he watched as alien warships surrounded their home planet. The Dominion Empire had arrived. With thousands of vessels, each one larger than any human ship ever built. The invasion aliens called themselves the Dominion. They had conquered hundreds of worlds across the galaxy. Their leader, Lord Kron, appeared on every screen across Earth with a simple message: your species has 3 hours to surrender unconditionally, or face complete destruction. World leaders gathered in emergency meetings. General Mike argued for fighting back, but President Anna knew their weapons were useless against the alien shields. Earth's combined military forces had only 300 ships, while the Dominion brought 10,000. The fall of the battle lasted only 6 hours. Human ships fired everything they had: nuclear missiles, plasma cannons, kinetic rounds. Nothing penetrated the alien shields. One by one, Earth's defenses fell. Cities burned under alien bombardment. Billions died in the first wave. Commander Jack watched his home burn from space. His station's weapons were empty. His crew looked to him for orders, but he had none to give. Then something strange happened. As Earth burned below, a golden light began spreading across the planet's surface. The awakening deep underground, in bunkers built decades ago, something activated. Ancient machines, hidden by previous civilizations, came online. They had been waiting for this moment, when humanity faced extinction, when their DNA reached a critical stress point. Dr. Tom, hiding in an underground lab in Nevada, was the first to feel it. His body began changing. His muscles grew stronger. His mind became sharper. His eyes glowed with golden light. The same thing happened to millions of survivors worldwide. The transformation the aliens had triggered humanity's hidden potential. Unknown to humans, their ancestors had been experimented on by an ancient race called the Builders. They had planted dormant genes that would activate only when the species faced complete annihilation. Soldier Alex felt his bones becoming harder than steel. Teacher Lissa discovered she could move objects with her mind. Engineer David's brain could now process information faster than any computer. Ordinary humans were becoming something more. The Dominion's mistake Lord Kron received reports of strange energy readings from Earth's surface. His science officer, Zach, warned him something unprecedented was happening. Humans weren't dying as expected. Instead, they were evolving. Impossible, Lord Kron said. No species survives orbital bombardment. But the scanners didn't lie. Where millions had died, thousands were rising with powers beyond comprehension. The Dominion had made a fatal error. They hadn't just attacked humanity. They had awakened Earth's sleeping giants. The first counterstrike in the ruins of New York. A group of transformed humans gathered. Their leader, a former Marine named John, could now punch through solid metal. His team included Mary, who could heal any wound, and Robert, who could interface with any technology. They looked at the alien patrol ship hovering above the ruins. For the first time since the invasion began, humans weren't afraid. John smiled and said the words that would become humanity's battle cry: our turn. The patrol ship's crew never knew what hit them. Humans who could leap hundreds of feet high boarded their vessel. Soldiers who could survive in the vacuum of space tore through their hull. The mighty Dominion warriors who had conquered worlds fell before Earth's newborn super soldiers. Closing of Part 1. As the sun set on the first day after humanity's fall, something had fundamentally changed. The Dominion Empire had come to conquer another weak species. Instead, they had awakened something far more dangerous. Commander Jack, still on his station, received an encrypted message from Earth. It was simple: we're coming. Prepare for the counterstrike. The age of normal humans had ended. The age of Earth's super soldiers had begun. And the galaxy would never be the same. Asterisk, the gathering. 3 days after the awakening, the ruins of London became a meeting point. John and his team had spread the word through encrypted channels. Enhanced humans emerged from hiding places across the destroyed city. Each survivor had different abilities, different strengths. Captain Sam walked through the rubble without touching the ground. He floated inches above the debris, his power over gravity making him weightless. Behind him, a woman named Emma carried a massive steel beam with one hand. Her strength rivaled that of industrial machines. "How many are we?" John asked, looking at the growing crowd. 500 in London alone," Mary replied. Her healing powers had saved dozens during the bombardment. Reports say thousands more. Worldwide, they gathered in an old subway station, deep enough to avoid Dominion sensors. The transformed humans shared their experiences. Some could see in complete darkness. Others could generate electricity from their bodies. A few could even phase through solid matter. The Discovery Dr. Tom arrived from Nevada with startling news. His enhanced mind had decoded signals from ancient machines buried beneath Earth's crust. "We're not the first," he announced to the assembled group. "The builders left us instructions." He projected holographic data into the air using alien technology he'd modified. The images showed star maps, genetic sequences, and weapon designs. They knew this day would come. They prepared us to be guardians, not just survivors. The artifacts revealed the truth. Humanity wasn't randomly chosen. The builders had searched for a species with specific traits, adaptability, determination, and something they called warrior spirit. They found it in Earth's early humans. First victory. Moonbase had fallen silent since the invasion. Lord Kron had stationed a battlecruiser there, using it as a forward command post. Captain Sam proposed something bold. "We take it back." 50 enhanced humans volunteered for the mission. Using a captured patrol ship, they approached the moon. The Dominion battlecruiser was massive, 3 kilometers long, bristling with weapons. But the aliens expected normal humans, not what humanity had become. Sam created a gravity bubble around their ship, making them invisible to sensors. They crashed directly into the battlecruiser's hangar. What followed wasn't a battle. It was a demonstration. Enhanced soldiers tore through Dominion warriors like paper. Emma punched through blast doors meant to withstand nuclear strikes. A man named Paul, who could control electricity, fried the ship's systems from the inside. Within an hour, humanity had captured their first capital ship. The response Lord Kron stood in his command center, watching the footage in disbelief. His strongest warriors defeated by primitives. His battlecruiser captured without firing a shot. "This is impossible," he growled. "Humans are weak, their bodies fragile." Zach, his science officer, brought worse news. "My lord, their transformation is accelerating. Each day, they grow stronger. Some are developing multiple abilities." The Dominion had conquered species through fear and overwhelming force. But humans weren't afraid anymore. They were angry. And that anger was focused into purpose. Building the alliance on Earth, the enhanced humans organized. John became the military commander. Dr. Tom led the science division. Mary established medical centers for survivors. They called themselves the Enhanced Human Alliance. Using the captured battlecruiser's technology, Tom's team made breakthroughs. They learned to enhance their weapons with energy shields. They discovered how to amplify their powers using Dominion power cores. Most importantly, they found ways to communicate secretly across the planet. Captain Sam trained others with gravity powers. Emma taught strength techniques. Each enhanced human became a teacher, spreading knowledge and tactics. The alliance grew, from hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands. The moon base liberation. The old lunar colony had been humanity's pride before the invasion. Now it would be their first reclaimed territory. Sam led 200 enhanced soldiers in the assault. The Dominion had fortified it with 3,000 warriors. The battle lasted 4 hours. When it ended, every Dominion soldier had surrendered or fled. The enhanced humans raised Earth's flag over the base. For the first time since the invasion, humans controlled territory beyond Earth. The message from the moon base's communication array. John sent a message to Lord Kron and the entire Dominion fleet. You woke us up. You made us stronger. Now we're coming for you. The age of hiding was over. The age of reclamation had begun. Asterisk. The new fleet 6 weeks after the moon liberation, humanity launched its first enhanced warship. Built in secret using captured Dominion technology and builder knowledge, the vessel was unlike anything seen before. They named it Phoenix. Major Will stood on the bridge, his enhanced vision allowing him to see every detail of space without instruments. Around him, 20 enhanced humans operated systems with their minds directly connected to the ship. The Phoenix could move faster, hit harder, and think quicker than any Dominion vessel. All systems ready, reported Lisa, whose telepathic abilities let her coordinate the entire crew instantly. The Mars supply depot is within range. The Dominion used Mars as their main refueling station. Hundreds of transport ships moved through. They're daily, carrying weapons and supplies to occupy Earth. Will smiled. Time to cut their supply lines. The Mars strike the Phoenix dropped out of hyperspace directly above the depot. Dominion defenders scrambled to respond, but enhanced humans moved at superhuman speed. Will's tactical mind processed battle data faster than any computer, predicting enemy movements before they happened. Fire main guns, he ordered, the Phoenix's weapons, enhanced with builder technology, punched through Dominion shields like they were made of glass. Transport ships exploded in brilliant flashes. The depot's defensive platforms crumbled under focused assault. But this wasn't just about destruction. Teams of enhanced soldiers boarded the station. They moved through corridors at blinding speed, neutralizing guards without killing them. Humanity wanted to send a message. They were strong, but not monsters. The discovery inside the depot's command center. They found something unexpected. Alien prisoners from dozens of conquered worlds, kept as slave labor. Among them was Ben, a scientist from a race called the Servants, whose world fell 50 years ago. You're fighting back? Ben asked in disbelief. No one fights the Dominion and wins. We don't just fight, Will replied, his glowing eyes fierce with determination. We win, Ben revealed crucial information. The Dominion's power came from suppressing other species' evolution. They had technology that prevented genetic advancement. But somehow, Earth's awakening had broken through their suppressors. The awakening spreads. Dr. Tom studied Ben's information back on Earth. The builder artifacts contained more than just Earth's activation codes. They held the keys to awakening every suppressed species in the galaxy. We can free them all, Tom announced to the Alliance Council. Every conquered race, every enslaved world. We can trigger their evolution. John considered the implications. That would mean rebellion on every Dominion world simultaneously, Tom finished. They couldn't stop us all. The Phoenix began a new mission. At each conquered world they visited, they deployed awakening signals. On the servant homeworld, beings who had been weak for generations suddenly gained telepathic powers. On the crystal planet, silicon-based life forms developed energy manipulation abilities. The elite guard arrives. Lord Kron had finally had enough. He deployed his elite guard, the Dominion's ultimate warriors. Each elite stood 3 meters tall, war-powered armor that could withstand nuclear blasts. and had centuries of combat experience. They intercepted the Phoenix near Jupiter, 5 elite guard ships against 1 human vessel. The battle should have been over in seconds, but Major Will had evolved further. His tactical genius now bordered on precognition. He saw every possible move, every potential outcome. Emma, full power to engines. Sam, create a gravity well at Mark 7. Lisa, link all our minds together. The Phoenix danced between enemy. Fire, moving in ways that defied physics. Sam's gravity manipulation bent space itself, sending Dominion missiles back at their shooters. When the elite guard boarded, they met enhanced humans who had trained for this moment. Emma fought an elite warrior in hand-to-hand combat. Each punch shattered the station's walls. She took hits that would have killed normal humans, but her evolved body adapted, grew stronger. After 10 minutes of brutal fighting, she stood victorious over the fallen elite. Jupiter's liberation. The elite guard's defeat sent shockwaves through the Dominion fleet. If their best warriors could fall, what hope did regular forces have? Humanity pressed their advantage. The Phoenix led raids on all Jupiter's occupied moons. Each victory brought more captured technology, more freed prisoners, more allies. The Enhanced Human Alliance became the Free Systems Alliance, with dozen species joining the fight. The turning point in the ruins of Earth's Pacific Ocean. Construction had begun on something massive. Humanity was building a fleet. Not just one ship, but hundreds, each incorporating builder technology and crewed by enhanced humans. Lord Kron received the intelligence reports with growing dread. How many ships? 500 confirmed, my lord, Zack reported. Possibly more. And Lord, they're teaching other species to build them too. The hunter had become the hunted. The Dominion Empire, which had never known defeat, now faced extinction. Itself, the secret messages deep in Dominion space, on worlds that had been enslaved for centuries, something stirred. The news of Earth's resistance spread like wildfire through hidden channels. Slaves whispered stories of humans who could punch through steel, who could bend gravity, who had defeated the elite guard. Admiral Kate, formerly a submarine commander, now led Earth's deep space operations. Her ability to become completely invisible made her perfect for stealth missions. She received encrypted messages from unexpected sources, Dominion slave worlds wanting to join the rebellion. We have allies everywhere, she reported to John, through quantum communication. Worlds that have been waiting centuries for hope. They're asking for our help. The first to reach out were the Sky People, beings of pure energy enslaved for their ability to power Dominion ships. Their leader, Ray, had maintained secret resistance cells for decades. We heard about Earth. Is it true? Can you really awaken? You? The Deep Strike Admiral Kate led 30 Phoenix-class ships into the heart of Dominion territory. Their target, the prison world of Cage 7, where the Dominion kept the leaders of every conquered civilization. If they could free these leaders, they would have the knowledge and influence to coordinate a galaxy-wide rebellion. The mission seemed impossible. Cage 7 sat in the middle of a nebula, surrounded by automated defense platforms and patrol fleets. But humanity had learned to do the impossible. Kate's invisibility extended to her entire ship. Sam created microgravity fields that bent light around the fleet. Paul's electrical manipulation scrambled enemy sensors. They slipped through defenses like ghosts. Inside Cage 7, they found thousands of alien leaders, some imprisoned for centuries. Among them was Queen Nova of the Star Kingdom, whose people had fought the Dominion for 30 years before falling. Humans? She said in disbelief when Kate materialized before her cell. But you just fell weeks ago. How are you here? We don't stay down, Kate replied, tearing the cell door off with her enhanced strength. And neither will you. The awakening wave Dr. Tom had perfected the awakening signal. Working with Ben and other freed scientists, they created a virus. Not biological, but informational. It would spread through the Dominion's own communication network, carrying the activation codes to every suppressed species. Once we launch this, there's no going back, Tom warned the Council. Every enslaved race will begin evolving simultaneously. The chaos will be unprecedented, John nodded. Do it. The signal went out from Earth, boosted by captured Dominion. Transmitters. Within hours, reports flooded in from across the galaxy. The rock people of Granite Prime suddenly developed the ability to merge with technology. The wind dancers of Cloud-9 gained control over atmospheric pressure. The deep ones from the water world of Aqua could now survive and fight in space, the Builder's truth, in Earth's deepest ocean trench. ENHANC-ED humans had discovered the main Builder facility. It was massive, the size of a city, perfectly preserved. After millions of years, Admiral Kate and Dr. Tom led the exploration team. Inside, they found the history of everything. The Builders hadn't just modified humanity, they had seeded evolution across the entire galaxy. Every species had dormant potential, waiting for the right trigger. The Dominion had risen by discovering technology to suppress this evolution, maintaining their power through genetic tyranny. But the Builders had planned for this. Earth was the key, the final piece of their puzzle. Humanity's awakening would trigger a cascade effect, unstoppable once started. We were the backup plan. Khan realized, reading the ancient data. If any race tried to dominate through suppression, we would break their hold. The Unity Protocol. The facility contained one final gift, the Unity Protocol. It would allow enhanced beings to share their powers temporarily, combining abilities across species. A human's strength with an alien's telepathy. A sky person's energy. Manipulation with Earth's gravity control. Testing began immediately. John linked with Queen Nova, gaining her tactical knowledge of Dominion weak points while she borrowed his enhanced reflexes. The combination was devastating in combat simulations. The High Council's fearing the Dominion homeworld. The High Council convened in emergency session. Lord Kron stood before them, trying to explain the disaster. The humans have corrupted our slaves, accused High Lord Tron. Your invasion has doomed us all. Give me the entire fleet, Kron demanded. Every ship, every warrior. We must crush Earth before the rebellion spreads further. The Council agreed. 1 million ships would converge on Earth. It would be the largest fleet ever assembled in galactic history. Preparing for war, Earth received intelligence about the incoming armada through their spy networks. The freed leaders gathered on the rebuilt moon base. Representatives from 50 species stood together, united for the first time in galactic history. They're bringing everything, John announced. This will be the final battle. Queen Nova stood. Then we stand with Earth. You woke us from our nightmare. We won't let you fight alone. One by one, every species pledged their support. The galaxy had taken notice, and it had chosen its side. Asterisk the Armada arrives 1 million Dominion ships, darkened the space around Earth. Lord Kron stood on his flagship's bridge, confident in overwhelming victory. No force in galactic history had ever assembled such power. Stars themselves seemed dim before the vast fleet. But Earth wasn't alone. Jump points opened around the solar system as allied ships arrived. The Sky People brought living energy vessels. The Rock People came in ships that could reform after any damage. Queen Nova led the combined refugee fleet. In total, 200,000 ships stood with humanity. John activated the Unity Protocol from Earth's command center. Every enhanced being in the system linked together, their consciousness merging into something greater. Today, we don't fight as separate species, he broadcast. Today, we are one. The opening gambit Captain Sam had been preparing something special. Working with Sky People energy manipulators, he'd learned to create gravity on a massive scale. As the Dominion fleet advanced, he revealed humanity's secret weapon. "Activate the gravity web," John ordered. Hundreds of enhanced humans and aliens combined their powers. Space itself began to bend. A network of gravity wells appeared throughout the battlefield, trapping Dominion ships in place. They couldn't move, couldn't escape. They could only fight where humanity wanted them to. Lord Kron watched his perfect formation shatter. "Impossible. Space doesn't work this way." "It does now," Zack replied, fear in his voice. "They're rewriting physics itself." The Unity in action. The battle erupted across 1,000 fronts. Enhanced humans teleported directly onto Dominion bridges, using combined powers. Emma's strength merged with a wind dancer's speed, made her unstoppable. She tore through 3 battleships. In minutes, Admiral Kate led invisible strike teams using shared stealth abilities. They planted builder virus bombs in Dominion computers, turning the enemy's own ships against them. Automated systems began targeting their own fleet. Major Wills, tactical genius, enhanced by Queen No's experience and a telepath's mind reading, predicted every Dominion move. He commanded the Allied fleet like a symphony, each ship moving in perfect harmony. But the Dominion still had numbers. For every ship destroyed, 10 more pressed forward. Earth's shields began failing under concentrated fire. The ultimate sacrifice doctor. Tom had one last revelation from the Builder archives. The human body could channel enormous energy, but at a cost. Complete transformation meant losing physical form, becoming pure consciousness. "I'll do it," volunteered Robert, the tech specialist. "Link me to everyone." Through the Unity protocol, Robert connected to every enhanced being in the system. His body began glowing, then dissolving into pure energy. But his consciousness remained, stronger than ever. He became the network itself, coordinating millions of minds as one. "Now," Robert's voice echoed in everyone's mind. "Channel everything through me." Lord Kron's gambit desperate. Lord Kron activated the Dominion's forbidden weapon, the Gene Killer, designed to destroy all evolved DNA in the galaxy. If he couldn't rule, no one would survive. The weapon fired, a wave of death spreading from his flagship, but it met something unexpected. The linked consciousness of all enhanced beings formed a shield of pure willpower. They turned evolution itself into a weapon. The Gene Killer reversed, targeting only those who rejected evolution, who chose suppression over growth. Dominion warriors who had used technology to prevent their own advancement began falling. Lord Kron himself, who had lived for millennia by stopping his own evolution, aged 1,000 years in seconds. The final duel as his fleet crumbled, Lord Kron challenged John to single combat. "Face me, human. Let us end this properly." John materialized on Kron's bridge. The alien lord, even dying, was formidable. They fought with fists and energy, destroying the bridge around them. But John had something Kron didn't, the will of all of billions behind him. "You never understood," John said, dodging Kron's attacks. "Power isn't about domination. It's about protection." With a final strike, powered by humanity's collective strength, John ended the tyrant's reign. Lord Kron fell, his last words a whisper. "What are you?" "We're human," John replied. "We fall. We rise, we protect." The new dawn, the Dominion fleet, surrendered. Those who accepted evolution were spared, offered a chance to grow beyond their programming. The galaxy was free for the first time in millennia. Earth became the center of a new alliance. Not through conquest, but through liberation. Enhanced humans served as peacekeepers, teachers, and protectors. The Builder artifacts were shared freely, allowing every species to reach their potential. Epilogue Admiral Jack stood on his new ship, the rising phoenix, looking at Earth. The planet glowed with life, rebuilt stronger than before. Around it, ships from 100 free worlds came and went in peace. "Sir," Lisa reported, "we've received distress signals from beyond our galaxy. Unknown species requesting aid against oppressors." Jack smiled. Humanity had found its purpose. Set course. We have work to do. The fall had ended. The rise was eternal. And the universe would know. Humanity doesn't stay down. They lift everyone. Up. The end. Epilogue. The new galaxy. 770 words. 1 year later, the galaxy had changed. Where once the Dominion's black ships patrolled in fear, now the silver vessels of the Free Alliance kept peace. Earth, the planet that had burned, now hosted the Galactic Council. Representatives from every free world gathered in the rebuilt city of Geneva. John stood before the assembly, no longer just a soldier, but the first human ambassador. His eyes still glowed with golden light, a permanent reminder of humanity's transformation. "The reconstruction of Sector 7 is complete," he announced. 3 more worlds have been restored to habitability. The Sky People representative, Ray, flickered with appreciation. "The humans work faster than we expected. Your enhanced construction teams rebuilt our capital in 3 months. It hadn't been easy. The Dominion had ruled for 10,000 years. Their collapse left power vacuums, destroyed economies, and billions of refugees. But humanity had experience with rebuilding from destruction. They knew how to rise from ashes. The Guardians Emma led the new Guardian Force, enhanced warriors from multiple species who prevented conflicts before they started. She stood 7 feet tall now, her evolution continuing. Each mission made her stronger, but also wiser. "We've got raiders hitting the trade routes near the Spiral Nebula," her lieutenant, a rock person named Stone, reported. Emma nodded. "Take Team 3. Show them the Alliance way. Firm but fair. Every criminal gets a chance to change." This was humanity's gift to the galaxy, not just strength, but mercy. Where the Dominion had ruled through fear, humans taught rehabilitation. Former Dominion soldiers now worked alongside their former enemies, their evolution finally allowed to flourish. The Academy on Earth's moon, Dr. Tom had established the Evolution Academy. Here, beings from across the galaxy came to understand their enhanced abilities. The main lecture hall held thousands, with Tom teaching personally. "Evolution isn't just about power," he explained to his diverse students. "It's about growth, understanding, and connection." The builders knew that isolated strength leads to tyranny. Shared strength leads to peace. A young servant raised a tentacle. "Professor, will we keep evolving forever?" Tom smiled. "That's the beauty of it. There's no limit. The builders removed our ceiling. We can become whatever we need to be." The Academy had another purpose, studying the builder technology. Their archives contained knowledge of other galaxies, other threats. Humanity knew the Dominion wouldn't be the last challenge they'd face. The restored world's asterisk. Admiral Kate commanded the Restoration Fleet, massive ships that could terraform dead worlds. The Dominion had destroyed hundreds of planets in their conquests. Now, those worlds lived again. She stood on the bridge of the New Hope, watching as their technology turned a barren rock into a garden. "Atmosphere holding at optimal levels," her crew reported. "Introducing plant life in 3 hours." Below, former refugees waited to return home. Some had been away for centuries. Kate remembered Earth's destruction, then its revival. She understood their joy. "Admiral," Paul called from the communication station, "we're receiving thanks from the colony. They're naming the first city humans gift." Kate smiled. Across the galaxy, similar cities bore human names. Not conquerors' names forced upon subjects, but grateful titles given freely by liberated people. the Discovery captain. Sam's exploration fleet had pushed beyond the galaxy's edge. What they found changed everything. Other galaxies showed signs of similar oppression, similar empires built on suppression. The builders didn't just seed our galaxy, Sam reported to the council. They prepared the entire universe. We're just the first to break free. The implications were staggering. Billions of galaxies, each potentially holding enslaved species, waiting for liberation. Humanity's work had only just begun. The choice in a quiet moment, John found Mary in Earth's memorial garden. Billions of names were inscribed on crystal walls. Those who died in the invasion. Mary's healing powers couldn't bring them back, but she tended the garden daily. Do you think they'd be proud? She asked. John looked at the stars visible through the garden's dome. Ships from 100 worlds passed overhead in peace. We fell. We lost everything. But we got back up, and we lifted the entire galaxy with us. Yes, they'd be proud. The legacy the first generation of human children born after the awakening were different. They were enhanced from birth, their potential unlimited. But they were taught the most important lesson. Power meant responsibility. A child asked her teacher, "Why do we help everyone?" "We're the strongest." The teacher, a veteran of the war, knelt beside her, because being strong means others can't be. So we share our strength. We make sure no one stays fallen. That's what makes us human. The galaxy was free. The universe awaited. And humanity would answer every call for help, because humans don't just rise. They rise together. Asterisk.